Howdy folks, on this edition of In the Shop with Captain Freedom, I'm going to fix the exhaust on this 3rd gen Camaro behind me. Ever since I got the engine together 10 years ago, the exhaust is just temporary. So kind of drove me nuts last time I drove it, and I figured, you know what, fuck it, now it's time to fix it. So it's up on jackstands. Did a lot of work to the car, had it since high school, fucking love it. It's totally not stock either. But anyways, behind this curtain here is my mediocre shop. As you can see here, I got my my fucking shit contained, sorta. So I'm gonna show you what I'm working on here. This angle of the car, you kind of see everything kind of looks kind of hunky-dory, except for that. So my big plan is to fix all this nonsense, and I don't really have a tubing bend or anything to do these custom tight bends here, but let me just bring the light in here so you can see it's totally hitting the cross member. This cross member does not need to be this fucking thick, so I think I'm gonna put a piece of steel plate on the bottom here and then notch this out and put some bracing in there so it's strong and it's got enough room for this exhaust. So it's also really close to my fuel line. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty close, and got a lot of heat buildup and all that jazz. So sometimes driving it long enough you get running into problems. But yeah, fuel lines right there, you know, and amongst the brake lines and all that jazz. It gets really close, gets too hot, too problematic. This was just enough to get it drivable, not good enough for any enjoyment whatsoever. Time to fix that. But here's the Crossmember from Spoon. The old exhaust was just smushed in between here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reroute it with some pie cuts and various sizes of shit here. So I, anyways, mark that out where I'm going to trim it, and then on the back side of this bad boy, I'm going to beef it up, since I'm going to literally cut the whole top off the side here. So I made this little bracket here with my non-shop here. Just doing what I can with what I got. This thing should be buttoned up here pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and weld that guy right on there, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to cut out this, and then, you know, put in some you know, strengtheners and stuff, so get this thing functional. Alright, so this little support I got cut up here, it's going to go right in there like that. It's the same height as this brace over here, so it's going to work just good. I got it all V'd out. Sorry, my hand's shaking. I haven't eaten anything. And then this one is going to go over here, angle off like that, and it is also the same height as this. So when I put the top cap on, or the this little deal, it'll be the same height and it won't sag down, so it'll be cool. And it also gives it, because I'm going to cut this out right there, it's going to add a lot of strength, so that's what we want. Alright guys, I got it all tacked in place here, kind of welded that up there. I got some filling to do, and I'm just going to weld this up, and then when it's all said and done, I'll probably grind this ear off because it scrapes. I don't know why this one's higher than that one, but that's the way the Crossmember came. But I'll just grind it all down so it's not going to be sticking up anywhere. But this looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and stitch her up here. I'll go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit. Here, crank this shit up. Oh hell, not my best welding in the world, but I don't know, just a little 110 welder, so maybe I'll clean it up, maybe I won't. Alright, now that I got these both cut to depth here, I'm gonna fuck some more shit up here with this grinder. Fuck, it's hot as shit. There we go. There we go, not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this guy up and trim a little piece here, weld that in there, and then put another big piece on the bottom there. Let me just go over to my drill press here and make these perfect here. Yeah, I don't know. I probably could have just went and got a piece of 3/8 or something, but I didn't. So, anyways, I just I'm gonna plug weld this to that, and then so it's stronger, and then stitch that up, and I'll probably put some gussets in the corners or something. I don't know. Main thing is exhaust has to go through, and it's strong. So I did all I could do. It should be pretty good. Little grease, extra grease remover, scotch spray. I'm not trying to do the best fucking paint job here in the world. I mean, it is a Crossmember, but it does have some grease. It's kind of caked on there, so I was trying to do a good job, you know? Even though I'm the only person that'll see it is me right now. Whatever. Yeah, I know it's a little overkill, and it is just a transmission Crossmember, but I don't know. Probably don't need to do all this shit or grind the welds and make it look factory or make it look like it's never happened. But I don't know, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it. Every time you'd be changing oil, you'd look up and go, oh man, I wish I would have done that. So I'm doing it. Alright, now that's all prepped and ready to rock, I'm going to go ahead and fill the paint booth here, the mixing bank, mix up the color match here. Fuck, man. Not bad. Fuck yeah. Just grabbed it off the shelf at Lowe's. Ready? Alright, now the Crossmember's good enough and got enough room for this exhaust to pass through. I salvaged my old Y pipe and hacked off pretty much fucking most of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these angles right. Good thing about pipe cuts, you can just kind of spin these little bastards around until you get the right angle you're looking for, you know. and then you just kind of weld them together, make your own puzzle. It's gonna take fucking forever, but it's gonna work good. Got a lot of welding to do, so I changed out the gas and the wire in the welder. I got a little stainless wire, and I got some the tri-mix gas. So I built it one piece at a time. Didn't cost me a dime. Well, this is a fucking pain in the ass. But just to see what I'm working with here. You can see what I gotta do to finish, but here's my exhaust. I got my crossmember clearance there. It looks pretty good. All I gotta do is yeah, you gotta hook that up. This fucking thing. So it's gonna be 1/2 inch lower than my crossmember. I'm just gonna cut a straight piece, but I gotta go inside and make dinner, so I can't finish right now. Alright, so I went to Horrible Freight and I picked up a couple of these exhaust expanders here, because the those little pinch clamps kind of crimp that thing shut too much. So I'll go ahead and stick this guy in there, and then hang on. See if this thing works. Since I'm not really flaring it, I'm just straightening it. Shouldn't have a big deal. The reviews are online where these things last for about 2 seconds. So I got 2 of them. Seem to work. It's kind of, yeah, it's working. A little too much. Oops. I'll have to stitch that up. Let's try the old test fit to see if it's good. Fuck yeah. Well, I wouldn't say the only time, but you know, it was already flared before. I just trimmed it up. So I suppose if I actually had to flare this piece of stainless steel piping, it probably wouldn't hold up. So it worked good for my application. So now I get to finish. Woohoo! Thanks, Harbor Freight. Well, fuck. Had various problems with my welder. It's having a hard time keeping up. I had the thing pretty much fucking maxed out. I don't know, welds look like shit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buzz them down with the goddamn grinder. But it's fully welded. Hideous shit, so not proud of that at all. I need a real welder. Fuck. Oh well, I just figured make it look a little bit better. Even though it's going to get wrapped, I just also wanted to make sure it's, you know, pretty solid. So let's take a look at it. Well, hell, sure is getting there. Try not to make it look too good. I just want to make it look somewhat decent. I know it's a lot of pie cuts and probably didn't need to grind it, but fuck it, man. You know, you guys are going to see it. So I don't know. My welder is not really cut out for doing this caliber of stuff, but works great for mild steel stuff, no problem. But as soon as you get the stainless stuff, it doesn't look pretty no matter how hot it is or the settings. So I'm gonna get this thing wrapped up here. All right, I'm under the car here, obviously, just test fit and everything, make sure it didn't move around too much when I welded on it for so long. Anyways, I got my header ends, I got them tied together with ratchet straps for clearance and adjusting purposes. You can see where the exhaust is going to go through, the clearance cross member. The exhaust is only going to hang down 1/2 inch under the cross member you know, roughly. So I got to get it bolted up, but I can move it up beyond it. It just has to be in that happy medium there, where it's not going to hit anything. So pretty much just going to connect this 3-inch at the back of the Y pipe to, I don't know if you can see it down there, but the rest of the exhaust. So I put some jack stands under the back, and I got it all measured out, and I got it braced so the tips are where it's supposed to be. So basically I just got to cut this 3-inch pipe, put on a couple of pie cuts to get the angle trued up, and then I got this ball flange end so I can fully remove the exhaust when needed. So once I get that cut, then I'll take the cross member down, weld it up, and then I'll wrap the entire exhaust and bolt it back up. Got my hose clamp right there. Don't worry, I just stuffed that in there to hold this down so I didn't fucking cut my e-brake cable. Alright, go ahead and measures about 35 3/4 ish. It'll work. What do you know? I found a whole fucking pack of Sawzall blades. Alright, pretty much got it right where I want it. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Like burning alive. I mean, aside from a giant fucking mess on my little workbench, this thing is coming along pretty good. I got it tacked in place. It's all in bolts. I'm just gonna go ahead and fucking weld this thing on here. I'm so excited. Fuck. Alright, light him up! Woo! While I was under here sorting out these heat and fuel line issues, I went ahead and got some fuel line heat wrap and wrapped it. I had to split it because I didn't get the Velcro kind, and I don't know, that should be good. So what I'm going to do is I got this other stuff I'm going to wrap over it too. It's a double layer. Figured it wouldn't hurt. Alright, just to make life a little better, I decided to squeeze another layer of heat insulating wrap around the fuel line again. So I have the fuel line itself wrapped in this fuel line sheath here, and then I went and wrapped the whole thing, the brake and the fuel line, goddamn light, around everything, and then just put some zip ties on there because it didn't feel like it was gonna hold. So anyways, I got enough clearance there. I'm happy. I'm gonna go see what I got to do with the exhaust now and get that thing bolted up. So I got some titanium exhaust wrap from Summit. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this. So normally with fiberglass wrap, you soak it and you wrap it, and then it dries out, and then it's tighter than shit. But this titanium stuff, they say don't get it wet. So I'm gonna do it dry, just like they recommend, even though it sounds fucking dumb. But that's what they say. And I got these stainless steel zip ties here. That's gonna kind of keep it good. Alright, since I got a whole shit ton of this stuff, I'm gonna go use it. So what they recommend you doing is just take this fucked up end here, fold a little angle in it. I'm gonna set the phone down here so I can wrap this properly. But I got it blocked up. It's gonna be really easy, you know. So it'll probably just be done next time I show it to you. Well, just like I figured, I ended up wrapping and kept on wrapping. So this is what she be. I wrapped it a little tighter overlap here. I figured it wouldn't hurt. And I'm gonna go take it outside right now and spray it with this high temp silicone coating. Just because. But I'm pumped. Got it set up in my paint booth here. Just hanging on this thing here. Drying at the moment. Good. Fuck yeah. All right, kind of breezed right through the final assembly here just because it's a total pain in the ass to film and work in small, tight, cramped areas, but it's all good. It's done. The drive shaft's hooked up, ball flange deal's tight, torque arms back on, everything's good. I'm gonna go button it up and crawl out of here and start it up. Looks like it's a sunny day outside. Let's get this battery hooked up, huh? Let's go give this the old American try. I'm not going to tell you what happened on when I let it off the jack stands. Fuck. Alright, co-pilot, you ready?
No.
Would you call that a job well done? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Job well done, Dad.
Well done.